Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So this is going to be a very short video. I got an email from Flow, the blockchain from dapps that is used to run the NBA Top Shot kind of collectible, which obviously done super well in 2021. And I thought this was interesting. So this is just some brief numbers around their onboarding of new developers. So we know Dapper Labs are making some games. They've also got the NBA Top Shot collectible. They've got a game based on that. They've got a collectible based on UFC. They've got a collectible based on Dr. Zeus. They've some other developers, Animoca Brands, are doing some games. Their MotoGP game and a game called Stargirls, and a few other kind of projects that are going to be launching. Chain Monsters, another one. So those are the ones that were announced. But the success of the NBA Top Shot project has basically exploded Flow in terms of being a blockchain people want to get involved with. So this here, this is a very specific bit of data. So this is Flow testnet faucet developer requests. So a faucet would be on a testnet. So it's not a main net, but on a testnet, developers are obviously testing out their code, their smart contracts to check it works. And in order to do that, they need some of the tokens in order to kind of run the tests. And because this is a testnet, this is not real blockchain money, this is not real Flow, this is testnet Flow. And if you've ever used an Ethereum testnet, you can just go to a faucet and claim a bunch of ETH. Not real ETH, just testnet ETH to kind of test out your systems. So we can see here, this is starts here in September at 0. And it kind of steadily grows in the end of 2020, and we kind of get into 2021 here, and we basically see, as we like to say, an inflection point. So the gradient here, it's growth. It's pretty good growth, but the growth here looks like end of kind of mid-January, when the NBA Top Shot starts to take off, changes direction. So we go from this sort of a gradient to a much steeper gradient. And then again at the start of March, we go to another gradient here. So this is 638 requests. It doesn't seem like much, but basically, I guess this is obviously 638 requests from developers. Now, I guess there may be multiple developers on an individual project. That's not very clear if this is individual projects or not, but we can basically see that basically a lot of developers are now interested, and I wouldn't be surprised actually if this was more to do with the number of projects. So kind of 600 projects rather than 600 individual developers. Doesn't really matter either way. What we're just seeing is this really taking off. We also have this here. We have hundreds of developers are already building on Flow. Well, I guess we can see that because we can see this is the faucet requests here, and in the past week, 100 more developers and teams have started building on Flow. So this is why we get this kind of massive uptick, because in a week, more than 100 developers have started building on Flow, sort of for the first time. So we can kind of see that clearly not all those projects are going to be successful. Probably not all those projects will necessarily even come out, but there now are already hundreds of projects that are on Flow. Good projects take time to do, so not going to be coming out next week, but we're going to start to see over the next few months a lot of dapps coming out on Flow, and we're going to start to see a lot of the ecostructure being built out as well. So it's not just people building dapps, whether it's games or whether it's kind of collectibles or other things like that. There's going to be marketplaces. There already are some marketplaces on the Flow blockchain. There's still probably quite a bit of kind of back-end coding that needs to be done around kind of wallets and things like that. So with NBA Top Shop is the first one. We've not really seen a generalized, it's not really clear to me how a generalized solution of wallets would happen, because it's a custodial wallet on NBA Top Shop at the moment, and I guess you would want to have a non-custodial wallets and all that sort of stuff. So there's some stuff still to be built out. So I wouldn't necessarily expect stuff to be launching in the next month, but certainly in the next kind of quarter, we expect to start to see the first things coming out on Flow, and actually see Flow really take a step up for being a proper blockchain that people other than Dapper Labs are working on, and that will really be the starting point to which we see whether Flow does become a blockchain that ranks alongside something like Ethereum, and whether it is going to kind of make it through, going to be one of those handful of blockchains that really is going to be around for the next kind of 5 to 10 years. Because there's lots of blockchains out there, plenty of very clever people running these blockchains, but unless you can get developers on there, unless you can get users on there, then the technology is sort of irrelevant. So anyway, so keep an eye on that. Thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World, keeping an eye on the world of blockchain games. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.